And welcome back to McKinley Student Council Gymnasium tonight. Down to a final four. Actually, we're down to a final three. We know one of our final contestants. Our second semifinals in the girls' state volleyball tournament.
First year here at Moanalua. He said that Tommy Lake, a great coach, a Hall of Fame kind of coach, but he ran a more relaxed kind of practice. He ran a very chill practice, and all of a sudden, Kabontin comes in with his whiteboards. Everything's organized, and everything's on a minute-by-minute, second-by-second basis, and it was a little bit of a shock for his squad. So.
And he's a physics teacher, and he told me he likes to challenge his team intellectually. And he said with the girls and with this team, he gets good results.
Specifically, he's working on motions and projectiles, and he says that's exactly what we're looking at out on the volleyball court. The parabola of passing,
After an injury to one of the opposing or starting opposites, she has stepped in for 2 games. Without having played the entire season with them, she was able to fill the spot as her teammate was in rehab and trying to recover from an injury. With her in the lineup, the team was able to transition without a hitch. More importantly, when her teammate returned, she graciously gave way to her teammate while she continues to work on trying to improve on that position. Our KITV team player from Moanalua, Angelica Hewlett in blue, 25-19. They'll switch sides. We'll break away. A lot more action in our second semifinal coming up. And we're back, and the energy level is there here in McKinley Student Council Gymnasium. Punahou and Moanalua.
Alan Kabontin bringing in the lineup, see if he makes any changes on his lineup. You got to give that Moanalua team a little credit. They came out not the sharpest. Punahou brought a lot of attacks from the service line. Brandy Markwith did. Kaylin Higa did as well. But Moanalua fought back, and I think that the start of this second set will tell the tale of this second set.
Moanalua comes in as the second seed, being the OIA champ.
And this is a team that had success over the course of the season. This is a team that has had success against ILH, successful in getting her to come over to University of Hawaii. Big arm, we've talked about it, but then also the all-around ball control, the smarts, and then you see the defense and serving as well. She's got the complete game. Alan Kabonting's team reeling a little bit. This is a team that got off to a very quick start in the second set, but giving up a little bit of lead. And once again, I'm going to sound like that broken record, but it's passing, passing, passing versus serving, serving, serving.
Catch you up on the sports schedule coming up on OC16. The Mililani Marching Band Fest. Boy, if you've ever seen that, that's quite a spectacle. Live from Mililani High School on November 14th. And then on Saturday night, next Saturday night, we've got the state football semifinals starting at 4 o'clock, a doubleheader here on OC16. And then the Senior Volleyball Invitational on November 20th from Mililani High School. All coming up in the next couple of weeks here on OC16, a big fall. Including the launch extended their lead to 4.
Talked a little bit about the Fuamatu Ma'afala family. 11 children moved from Nanakuli to Waipahu, and then the majority of their time in Mayor Wright housing. And then you talk about what her children have done. Chris Fuamatu Ma'afala, NFL running back for the Steelers, for the Jaguars. You talk about Tanari Ma'afala, who the head of Shopo Police Officers Union. And then, of course, Tanya Fuamatu Anderson on full stage right now. UH Hilo Hall of Fame, the Player of the Year at NAIA. That's pretty impressive for 3 kids out of 11.
And you know, Chris Fuamatu Ma'afala now works with young people for the Army in sports.
Another
high school volleyball tomorrow. You'll be back at it, moving over to the Blaisdell Arena, where hopefully it'll be a little cooler.
Right.
And that'll be on channel 1020 live from the NBC Arena, the Division I and II championships. as we crown state champions tomorrow night.
Punahou squad, 14-3, 3 losses, all to the same team, all to Kamehameha Schools. Kapalama, who waits in the final match and is watching. Right, you asked what Chris Blake's going to do. Chris Blake's going to sit here and scout in the gym, and that's what I'm going to do from now on. Why figure it out yourself when you can just copy?
25-18. 2 are in the books. 1 set away for Punahou for a state finals rematch. We'll be back to see how it plays up. Stay tuned. Well, I kind of like the way that Tanya Fuamatu Anderson was describing this team through
it's kind of a
this third set. Will it be the final set? We're going to break away, and we'll have the answer when we come back.
House and Coach Tanya Fuamatu deciding that maybe she wants to stick a fork in it and take a little air out of the situation.
Okay. Coach's strategies here. While we're doing that, why don't we cover a little coach's corners? First of all, for Moanalua Coach's Corner, it's all about Melanie Manutai and Gabby Matuatia. Sorry, I should have read this once before I read it. They are the emotional support and the positive energy that the girls look to that is especially needed for a girls' team. The girls often look to them when they need a shoulder to cry on, when they have problems with their teammates, or just a problem with life in general. The two have been an integral part in keeping the team chemistry very high this year for this group. Coach Kabanting says he can't thank them enough for the burden that they have taken for him. Melanie Manutai and Gabby Matautia. The coach's corner for Punahou is focused on assistant coaches Fiona Nipo, Finoti, and Kim Yamada. These coaches are knowledgeable because of their high-level experience as players. They sacrifice time away from their family to help give back to this next generation of athletes. Their unconditional and genuine support is greatly appreciated. Our Punahou coach's corner, Nipo Finoti and Kim Yamada.
You can see the both of them right there. Both setters, both high-level success collegiately in those setter positions and really passing on that knowledge and that information to the next generation. We saw Fuamatu Anderson do the timeout to kind of take some air out. You're seeing Alan Kabanting right back. Both masterful jobs as a coach. You really got the energy level.
For set number 3.
Tanya Fuamatu walking all the way over to the down ref over here. We haven't seen that all night long, and asking for some sort of clarification, asking for some sort of ruling. Doesn't like what she sees on the court. We haven't seen anything like this all match long. Usually, typically in the timeout, she's been with her team. She's kind of been leading the troops, and right now it looks like the players are kind of running the timeout. Seen her head over to the timeout, to the huddle right now, and starting to urge on the troops. On the other side, Alan Kabanting's team, they're in tight. He's been in the center of that timeout all minute long. Well, every one of those eyes looking in very tightly. There's a lot of energy.
Well, Fuamatu Anderson, there was some pointed conversation going on. Conversation would be the wrong term. It was some pointed observations from the coach. Moanalua has communicated with no uncertainty that there's still a little life here left, and they're ready to go toe-to-toe with one of the perennial powers, Punahou.
I was writing the eulogy. I was getting ready for my going out speech and talking about how the battle of the first year coach Alan Kabanting and just coming up a little bit short, and here we are in extra innings. You got a Moanalua team that's really battled back, and Tanya Fuamatu, you see her off in the distance a little bit there. Something really bothered her at the end of that set, and it still looks like it's bothering her here in this set as well.
To the point where she's standing off to the side right now, still talking with a member of her staff. Let's take a look at stats for set 3.
And look at Moanalua, and look at on the line, and Alan Kabanting running out of adjustments, running out of answers, and kind of himself stepping back a little bit for the first time tonight. On the other side, whatever was bothering Tanya Fuamatu Anderson, she's processed it, she's moved on, and she's engaged again, and she's doing a good job of leading her troops back into this match and getting that confidence swag going again.
So, upcoming events right here on the X-Cast and OC16. The volleyball championships. It will be Kamehameha, the defending state champion, and it will be one of these two survivors, Punahou or Moanalua, for the title in Division 1. Also have the Division 2 title match. HHSAA cheerleading live from Blaisdell Arena on November 15th at 12 noon. And then the OC16 Senior Volleyball Invitational live from Mililani on November 19th on the X-Cast. Service errors in this fourth set.
Got to think the real difference is the hitting percentage, and the big difference maker. You've brought up her name quite a bit. Is the 6'2" junior, the right sider, but she's really showing she can do the passing. She can do the back row play as well. Kiana Peroff, special player. Got to give him a lot of credit, right? The physics teacher pressing some buttons, getting his freshman libero in there, Chrysostomo getting his freshman setter in there, Delaney.
Looks like a teaching moment here.
Right. Got the utmost respect for this coach. He's a longtime guy who's had success at the club level, success at the boys level, where they were the OIA champions last year. A bright squad looking forward. Austin Matautia, maybe one of the stars of that squad.
Grew up liking the sport, but then got at the University of Washington, got into it at the club level, and that's where he got into the strategies and the X's and O's. Service ace.
X's and O's and the A's, right? And you need a few A's right now because each one of those A's, the hill gets a little less steep and the rock gets a little lighter.
Cruz, long. Namenehune team in 4. And it will be Punahou and Kamehameha once again for the state girls volleyball title. Handshakes all around. We'll be back to wrap this one up in a moment.